Jules and Natty, what's your favourite meal to cook?
To cook?
Yeah.
I just like making things look pretty, bro. So,
Okay.
I would like to take something and then break it down and then just replate it so it looks the part.
Okay.
I like cooking. I don't really have a favorite meal per se, but I like to make things look pretty.
Your favourite meal is a pretty plate?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm the opposite. I don't really care what it looks like, and I want to eat something good. Like, I love eggs, avocado
Banging, isn't it?
on sourdough, maybe some, I don't know, maybe some salmon or something.
Okay, fair. I'm with you on presentation. I get it. Taste, it's for me, flavour. But yeah, just anything
flavours.
rice and chicken, mate. That's me. That's me, mate. Rice and chicken, bit of meat and rice.
Yeah, that's
me.
it, mate. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, veg.
That's right.
Can't go wrong, bro.
Little piece of veg.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Life After Prison with Zak and Jules. Today in the studio, we're joined by a very special guest. Chef Natty can cook. Hashtag your girl's favourite cook. You get me? You like that one?
Bandy droppers.
Yeah, come on. How you doing, bro?
I'm all good, my boy.
Good,
I'm
man.
all
Thanks for
Thank you
joining us.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
So we're going to start with where your cooking started.
So where did it start? So cool. I've got all my family cook, all of
Okay.
them. So my auntie used to have a cake business. My other big auntie, she does massive catering and stuff.
Okay.
So it's just something that's generic that runs in my family.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Yeah. So when I started getting into a lot of problems and just issues and just causing my family to clock that, yeah, cool, you know what? They were gonna ship me out. They were on
Ooh.
it. They were. My granddad was very much on the thing of you're not behaving, you're disrespecting the family, you're bringing shame to us, you're getting arrested, X, Y, and Z. So, and prior to that, I'd already been kicked out of college.
Mm.
I didn't really have a passion for anything. I was just thinking, what's gonna happen? So my mum and my aunt were just like, why don't you try to do cooking? Because I used to help my aunt when she had a cake making service. So I thought, why not? We'll try it. So I went to Lewisham College. I started doing it, and yeah, I started to make money from it. And I was thinking, okay, cool. This is kind of calm. You're meeting tons of people everyone's all young. Everyone wants to do the same type of thing. So I started doing. My first job was in the Olympics.
Okay. Oh, on the Olympic Village?
Yeah,
Sick.
brother. So first,
You know my mum worked there.
I could imagine. But
She worked there, yeah.
What was she doing?
An Olympic Village, serving athletes food.
Yeah, no,
Cooking
bro. But Lavo was seeing Usain Bolt and that.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Yeah.
That's all from college.
Okay.
So they came into college saying they were looking for people that obviously chefs,
Okay.
who just done their NVQs, whatever.
So you obviously had some talent.
So I went to culinary school. So I went to Lewisham College to do my chef diplomacy,
Wow.
and that was it doesn't really shape you for kitchens because it's just until you're actually live in that kitchen and it's real pressure, it's just like anything. It's like it's like trying to drive on a PlayStation.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I
Then
hear you.
actually jumping in the whip and driving the car.
It's a
with
big
gears.
difference. Yeah,
It's a big difference.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. I like that one.
Proper,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You see the analogy thing? Van rocks with them.
I like it.
But yeah, so then they came in, was like, do you want a job? At the time, I said, why not? We started doing it, and considering it was the Olympics, first one in England, it was a massive thing.
Mm.
And on top of it, the money was good.
Mm.
I'm sure it was £16 an hour. And
That's
we
good
and
money.
It was 17.
Great money.
Yeah.
While you're doing this at college,
Yeah.
would you say you had a passion for this? Was this...
No, I was just cutting through, you know what I mean? Just doing dodgy dealings still, but it was just more of a keeping my mum. I weren't trying to get shipped out. That was the main thing. As much as it sounds how nice it's going back to the Caribbean and Guyana or Barbados, but no, I wasn't on it because you'd have been in
You would have got
someone's house.
left there.
Bro, it's long.
As it happens sometimes when people go back home, you ain't seen them
Bro.
for a minute.
Bro, I went to school in Peckham, yeah. Enough youths were getting shipped out. You see, from year 7, then they're coming back year 10, and
Mad.
it's just
I'm not on it. Yeah.
but it's long. I'm not on it.
Fair.
So then did the Olympics. That was really, really good. And then off the back of that, I just got into it. Then I applied for a restaurant in the Shard. This is when the Shard first opened. So I was
Wow.
there for the opening.
Winning.
Called Oblix. That was a major eye opener because I'm now in the culinary scene. I'm learning all these different cultures, meeting all different people. I'm picking up things. I don't know nothing.
What was the menu in that restaurant?
So that was a Japanese New
Okay.
York style grill kind of
Okay.
restaurant. So it was like a lot of steaks, but with a lot of Japanese influences.
Okay.
So they own like Zuma
Okay.
and Rocker.
Okay. Yeah.
And my head chef, he was a guy called Fabian, French guy, and he was chef de cuisine at 11 Madison Park. And this was the number one restaurant in the world for like 4 or 5 years straight. And he got handpicked to come to open up Oblix. So he took me under his wing. I don't know why.
He liked you.
But he liked, man. And he took me under his wing and then started training me like fishmongery, butchery, things that as a commis chef. So in kitchens, it's all like by rank. So you start prep chef, commis chef.
What's commis?
So commis is like, so obviously prep chef is peeling potatoes and
chopping onions,
yeah,
stuff like that.
Commis chef is the start of your journey.
Okay.
So you're doing all the things that other people don't want to do. You don't want to do pasta stock.
Yeah.
Do this.
Okay,
pick
fair.
the vegetables. Pick your herbs.
Are you learning a lot though, doing
Yeah,
those kind of roles?
Once if
So,
you-
like,
if
they're
you're in the-
needed.
if you're in the practice of doing it every day,
Yeah.
you pick up quite a lot.
Okay, cool.
So
Then once you're commis, you go to
from commis you go to demi chef de party.
okay.
So then from demi chef de party you go to chef de party.
Okay.
Then from chef de party you go to senior chef de party.
Okay.
Then from senior chef de party you go to junior sous.
Wow.
Now
you're in the ranks.
Yeah, now you're a serious chef.
Yeah.
Like so a chef de party is meant to be controlling of a section. A sous chef is meant to be controlling of the brigade.
Wow.
So sous actually means under in French.
Okay.
So it's meant to be under the head chef.
Yeah.
So he's the person who's meant to be like pulling all the strings if the head chef's not there. So now you're as a junior sous chef, so now you've got a bit of weight behind you. It's just like, yeah, cool. When the other people are not in, you're running the show. Then it goes to sous chef, senior sous chef, head chef,
Mad.
executive head
There are
chef.
so
Alright.
many steps.
Yeah,
In
then
it.
obviously in massive multi-million pound businesses, there'll be like group executives.
Yeah, of course.
Of
Of course. But
And
for the kitchen specifically.
But for your kitchen,
yeah.
the exec's the highest. Then obviously prep chefs, but then commis is your starting point.
So like a Gordon Ramsay, he's an exec chef.
Oh yeah, big.
And like Jamie Oliver, them man, they're exec chef.
exec,
and then they'll have their
So you'd have people that
head chefs.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
literally. So me now, I'm the exec.
I love
of
that.
Man's thing. You
I
get
love
me?
that. Yeah, come on. Sorry, we've got Natty can cook, executive chef.
You get me?
I love
How about
that.
that?
It's got a bit of a ring to it.
Yeah, I
innit?
like that. I like
love,
that.
man.
Yeah, that's dope.
What was it like working within that industry?
It was hard. It was hard. Like you're grafting. You're grafting a lot. So 100 hours a week.
It's crazy.
No, but you've got to want it. Like with the cooking thing, there's so many other jobs that are easier. We could be earning the same money. It's not good money in the beginning because if you weigh up how much hours you're doing to how much bread you're making on an hourly,
Doesn't add up.
it's peanuts. But once you start putting your love into it and you have a passion for your food, then you get that reward from it because you've learned tons of stuff. So me, I was coming in on my days off because I was hungry for it. I wanted to learn. I wanted to come in and learn other people's different sections because it was like, cool, how can I get to the destination a lot quicker than a lot of other men?
So by now, you must have had a passion for it.
Yes, so by the time I was like 20, I had a serious position. I was in control of the whole kitchen. I was seen as a senior chef de party.
Okay.
Yeah, and this was in a big restaurant in the Shard where we're doing 700 covers a day.
Wow.
Mhm.
So bro, so imagine that. So I'm calling table 16 4 minutes, table 17 8 minutes. But these people have to be following. And if they're not following, the kitchen's gonna go down because you just messed up the whole order of everything. And I've already got things cooking in the oven. This is why it starts getting irate and people get dragged up. I've seen nothing.
That's why chefs have bad language.
No, oh, man, I've seen it all. I went for a trial shift.
Yeah.
I went for a trial shift, and this was in a restaurant on Park Lane, even a hotel. Park Lane, 1 Michelin star. I was thinking, yeah, cool. I've gone there. The commis has messed up the mashed potato, and the sous chef has only clocked once we're in service.
Ooh.
Wow. This brother took the commis into the pot wash area, and no word when I started slapping him up.
Wow.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, started slapping him up. Then, obviously, I'm just there doing my trial shift. So at the end, He's like, oh, how do you think? I said, brother, I can't lie.
It's not for me.
I said, nice food, but the way you dealt with my man, you couldn't.
Yeah, not with me. Yeah, sorry.
It's not that, man. It's not
Fair
that.
play.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not that. But kitchens are like, obviously now it's a lot different.
Okay.
Because there's things like HR and stuff now. Before your HR was your head chef. If you had a problem with him,
Who you going to go to?
it's done. Get out. You might as well just get out. I've seen people get sacked on the spot. Like,
I mean, the industry has like it is known to be that fast paced, kind of high pressure, intense environment. Did you feel that?
100%. But
How did you deal with that?
I loved it. So I got really bad ADHD. That's why I'm a bit fidgety. But once you're in the kitchen, it's just like there's so many things going on. It's like, you can actually get some
Relaxing.
It's calm. And then once you're in the flow of service and everything's going, we're all aligning together, everyone's working together, and you got 100 million things going on, and the food goes. It's like it's a nice buzz that you all get together.
It's like you lot are the thread in between the chaos.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like you gotta have a certain type of mind to want to be in the kitchen because it's crazy.
So this was at the Shard, and things are going really well.
Yes, so this was at the Shard. Then after I left the Shard, I decided to take a step up and go into the Michelin star kitchens, and that was like me going from playing League 2 football. I'm now playing Champions League, like real life.
Big jump.
And I was 21. There wasn't hardly any black people in the kitchens. And I've gone in there as a senior chef de partie into a 1-star Michelin kitchen. Like, so there's a lot of men that are under me. And
From the jump, from the get-go.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
I'm a serious person in that kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I had a reference from my old sous chef who used to work for the exec. So I had a direct through ball, like, cool. Yeah. So I'm live. And from the offset, it was very much, there was this underlying tone of racism. Like, man saying stuff to me like, oh, I know your brethren have been stabbed, and when have you bucked Stormzy? And
yeah, of course I know. I'm black. I know Stormzy.
This is so random.
No, but these
In
are
my head,
these are the type
I
of
know 50
conversations.
Cent as well, bro.
These are the type of conversations that
Wow.
because you forgetting before it wasn't. Now it's very much multicultural. But
Yeah.
You're talking about 10 years ago now. When I was there, you got these pompous middle class white people from up north somewhere, and they're coming and they're thinking it's banter. And of course, at the time it's banter, but it's just like you genuinely believe this about me.
Yeah.
Like you genuinely believe that I've got a borer in my pocket and I'm gonna come and, do you know what I mean? And that was the thing that kind of made me start losing my passion for it, because I'm here 100+ hours a week and it's such high pressure, and to be working with these people constantly,
And you're hearing that stuff.
bro, you're not gonna be passionate about that. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna want to wake up and come and fulfill your job role properly. And so that was the catalyst for me starting to go down the bad route because I lost the passion. I lost the passion for cooking, and I saw that obviously people were taking drugs around in the kitchen and stuff. So I started obviously shotting to them. And then that's how it kind of happened, of me getting into a bad route.
So before these conversations that you're having with these people in these Michelin star restaurants,
Yeah.
you didn't have these thoughts.
No, I was passionate. I said by 25, I'm going to have a Michelin star.
Wow.
Like, by 25, I'm going to have a restaurant. I'm going to be a Michelin star. I'm going to be doing fine dining Caribbean food.
You were on that trajectory as well.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it from the get-go,
Yeah.
bro. Because at 20 and 21, none of my brethren were grafting 100 hours a week. I didn't know anyone that was in the same category as me. I just knew that, cool, I'm going to do this. I'm going to mash this out because I know where this can take me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was just...
Did you ever give yourself credit for where you was at though? Did you ever say to yourself, you know what, I'm actually smashing it?
Do you know
Because
what it was,
did
bro?
anyone say that to you?
Do you know what it was, bro? Back then, being a chef weren't cool, bro. Being a chef weren't cool. What? Man's a chef, all right? Like, people didn't care about chefs, or that wasn't a job which was like, in the limelight, you know what I mean? So nobody knew. So nobody knew about me being a chef. So it wasn't, even when I was in jail, except the Clink people, nobody knew. So that's why when I came out of jail and I started doing well on social media, the man that were messaging me like, raw, But you weren't trying to do the mad whips in DCAT. Of course, if you know me personally, I'm gonna whip up a nice food, but I'm not gonna, because I didn't want people to know.
Okay.
So when I came out now and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this social media thing. I changed my normal Instagram where everyone just thought man was just out here.
Yeah.
And everyone said, what? You're a chef, bro, and you're doing this type of cuisine.
So what held you back from letting people know?
Just more, I just didn't think it was, obviously back then, like, it's a good profession, but the age I was at the time, I just didn't think.
It's the culture.
It's the culture. And this was the thing that held me back from doing social media from years ago, because I always knew that this is a lane which can get attacked, and there's no one in the lane. Like, there's no young black chefs. There's no like young black role models, like black chefs that are really doing this. So it was just like, if I would have done this from years ago, I would have done it. But it was just like, I didn't want to put myself out there. I didn't want to go onto social media and start chatting and showing personality. And
social media wasn't really a thing like that anyway, them times.
It wasn't, bro.
It's different. Maybe
Instagram was about, but
it wasn't popping like that.
It was them filters on the pictures, like the Chief Keef filters. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
So it wasn't cool. And I didn't want to put myself out there and seem like an idiot. So it wasn't until I'm in jail and I'm seeing bare people cooking up on TikTok and this and that, and I'm saying, bro, I can do this. For sure, I can do this. Like, why not?
Why not? For real. But so let's take it back a little bit. Yeah, you've got into the industry, and now you're noticing people are taking drugs, and you thought you're going to start selling drugs. Is that what led you to go to prison?
Yeah. So that was the start.
Okay.
That was the start. Yeah, it was like I'm working in these busy kitchens where there's the drug abuse is a lot. Is a lot. Like, so first day in college, actually, talk to Frank people come in with the drug box.
Wow.
And they say that 97% of people in hospitality are either drug addicts or alcoholics.
Wow.
That's your first day in college.
Wow.
That's your first day in college. So in Oblix, it wasn't bad. But moving up a level, it was really bad. And then the restaurant I went after that was a private members club in Mayfair. Then that was a party. That was a party.
Like in the kitchens, it's a party.
In every aspect of that building,
Crazy.
That was a party. The bar managers, like it was going off in there.
Was that kind of like the culture of things?
Yeah, because you're working so hard that you're taking these drugs, obviously X, Y, and Z, obviously to stay awake or for your own fulfillment and whatnot, because you don't have no downtime. Because you're literally you're only down to the only hours you have in the day, you're spending them at work. So there's a lot of drinking culture. So a lot of people are bevy, this, that, da. And it's a slippery cycle because you see people buzzing at work and in services, busy services, where they're serving top level food, but you need that energy. So that's what I found. It was just like, cool, these people are really going for it. And I saw the niche in the market, and me being a bit business savvy, I thought, you know what, let me try a thing. And that was the start. Yeah.
Okay. And so then what did you end up getting convicted for?
Possession with intent to supply.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long did you get?
I got a 5 to 2.5.
Okay. At what age?
I was 24.
Okay, man.
24, so yeah.
So what point in your career was this?
So actually, when I got nicked, the first time, it was like, I said, let me try to build a good character reference for myself.
Okay.
So I went back to doing cooking, but I stopped doing restaurants and I went into the more contract catering side of things. Okay. So like working like Monday to Friday, still making nice food, but you're not having to do the crazy hours. So I started working for a company called Bartley & Mitchell, and they actually put me forward so I started working for them, and they clocked that I was really good. So then eventually they put me forward to do Young Chef of the Year.
Wow.
I started doing it, so I got to the final of that, built the character reference but in court, the judge was like, just because you've got a good talent, you're still a criminal. And he said, you're the worst type of criminal because you was able to manipulate people around you that you worked with to buy these substances off of you.
Wow.
That's how they tried to paint. Because remember, that was my first charge. I've never been like...
That's a strong statement, man.
Yeah, but that's what he was trying to say. And he was just like... And bearing in mind, the final of Young Chef of the Year, UK-wide, was the week after.
So I'm saying he's saying this at sentencing.
At sentencing. But he knows that I've got this competition.
So he could have delayed it.
And all my character references were good. I've been paying tax, but he was just like, you was a manipulator.
Yeah, see, my question would be, and this might be controversial. If it was an English white male, would you be saying that stuff? Would you let him do the final? You know, that's my
How did the final actually go? Do you know?
No, because so it was actually on BBC Three, but because that was so early into my sentencing, so my friends had written to me and told me, yeah, they watched it and it was really, really good, but I didn't actually get to see it.
And you couldn't have even be eligible?
No.
Because you couldn't be there?
Yeah, I was in Belmarsh, mate.
Oh, man.
I was in Belmarsh.
That's so frustrating.
So then, is that the first place you went to? You went to Belmarsh?
So I went to Belmarsh, but I had a plan of what I was going to do. So I knew that, cool.
Even before you went to prison?
I had my plan, bro.
Okay, go on.
So I went to the Clink to eat before. So I was just like, cool, if I do get sentenced,
I want to come here.
I'm going to go to Brixton. And I'm going to use this time to just perfect my craft, get my head down, and just graft it out. So in Sheffield, we call it a thing called stage. Okay. So a stage is when you go and work somewhere for free for an X amount of time, just for experience or whatnot. So I just saw it as, you know what, I'm going to go on a long stage to Bricky. It's local. I know the food's decent and see what happens. And literally, so got to Belmarsh. I started banging apps, bare of them, saying, I want to go to Bricky. I want to go to Bricky. I want to go to Bricky. Get me to Bricky. I'm fine with Young Chef of the Year.
You have to be like that, innit?
And because I'd done the induction kind of maths and English thing, I aced that, smashed it. And the woman was like, "Raw, you're intelligent." And I said, "Yeah, mum, like I'm a smart guy." Like, so I just made a mistake. So she helped my cause and she started helping me. So within 16 days.
Lovely.
I was already out of Belmarsh, but I'd already patterned the kitchen job in Belmarsh.
Lovely. Okay. So you made it to the prison kitchens already.
Quickly. I can't lie, bro. Quickly.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even believe it. And
Take notice, people.
Yeah, listen.
And I couldn't even believe it. And it was just like, I'd gone from being a no one on the wing, but within 3-4 days, because I got the kitchen job and there's no spices in Belmarsh, there's no nothing. People are saying, "Raw, brother, what? Let's reason." And people were risking it all for them spices in Belmarsh, you know?
I'm telling you.
Bro, you can't buy spices off your
canteen.
Off your canteen.
No, real talks. It makes a difference to the food, man.
Yeah.
They want you to just eat the boiled Man, I've never experienced food like that. Belmarsh, the
left
food,
leg chicken, please.
Yeah.
bro. Not even that, bro. It was the brown Brussels sprouts, bro.
Stop.
And remember, I've just started. I just come from road, so I have no pattern. I have no nothing.
Yeah,
I don't even. Bro, I remember having to split a packet of noodles in two and eat it with bread.
Oh,
this was because I'm starving.
Noodle
sandwich.
sandwich.
They got me on default, and you're getting things like mackerel salad and.
Stop. I mean, you like the mackerel in there.
Listen, no.
It's a different type of mackerel.
Yeah,
it's
not the one in the tin.
Okay,
yeah. It's
okay,
different.
true.
Yeah,
Of canteen.
Yeah, if the canteen one's different to what they're gonna serve.
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say.
that's coming in a massive tin.
I mean, any meat that they're serving us is not okay. But yeah, anyway.
So all right, cool. Big up yourself though. You made it into the prison kitchen.
This is good. This is so proactive. Keep going.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Like it was, I was gassed. I said, "Raw, cool, gosh, I'm out of there." So then when they said, "Yeah, you're going Bricky," I said, "All right, cool."
Lovely.
But as I said, I didn't know what Brixton was going to look. So Belmarsh, the cell was obviously it was 3 months to a cell, but it was all right. It wasn't that bad looking. I've gone to Brixton now, and bro, it looked like one Joe in Romania. I can't like it looked mental. I couldn't believe it. I said, what?
So at the time, Belmarsh is better than Brixton in terms of
just the aesthetic.
Okay, aesthetically,
of the way it looked.
Cool.
Like I've gone from pretty much a new gel to a Victorian gel. Where it's old, the colours are mad, it's all red and that. I'm thinking,
metal toilet.
Bro, what? But so I've gone into this cell and I'm thinking, brother, what is this? But they've given me some food to eat. And it was like a chicken biryani or something. And I said, what? And I've started munching this. And I said, bro, this is actually decent in comparison to what I was just eating in Belmarsh.
Cool.
So now I'm thinking, you know what? Cool, whatever. Next day, come out on social, cool, my mum did it. She's been like, yeah, didn't you know that Brixton's been voted like the best food in of all the jails?
Makes sense.
Of course, you got Yardie man cooking up.
That's
But then
of course,
it was in Ricky.
Yeah.
So,
You know that chef
yeah.
that went to Brixton, the
Yeah.
kitchens, head of kitchens, he was at ISIS.
Oh,
And when ISIS opened in 2011, the food was banging.
I can
We
imagine.
were having jollof, rice and peas,
yeah,
jerk
yeah,
chicken,
yeah, beef, the beef jollof.
proper things, yeah?
Yeah.
Because this guy was the head of the kitchen, then he moved to Brixton and we were upset.
Of course, bro.
But yeah, Corey,
because
sorry.
it's a main part of the estate.
Yeah.
So then cool. I'm now in Bricky. I've gone on a job fair. I've seen the Clink guy. So I've just been like, mate, you know what? I'm gonna cut it short. Google me, Nathaniel Mortley. I'm a serious chef. Get me into the kitchen. Within 4 days, I was in the Clink.
Love that.
Like, I was just
Do you
like,
know who I am, bro?
Because I'm saying to, I've made a mistake, but I'm a serious chef, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a serious chef. Got there quickly. Got onto the enhanced wing. All before, like it was all everything happened so quick. And then I was working. I was grafting.
What was it like working?
Yeah, it
in
was
the
it
Clink?
was it was good because obviously I started off on pot wash.
As you do.
But you need that to
part of the process.
You need that.
Builds character too.
Big character building. But I mean, I was on a diligent thing like, bro, don't put that there, put it there. Don't mess up my section. No, don't. Because I'll actually say to my brother,
You
don't.
took pride in your pot wash section.
Of course,
Correct.
bruv.
Correct.
Because I see certain dons, they were just doing a mazzo, and it's just like, you're not even washing it clean. Like, you've got to have one sink with another sink with soap, another sink for rinsing.
For rinsing, correct.
You're going to put all your stuff
Correct.
there. Like, yeah, it's got to be
Correct.
organised.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So how long were you?
On pot wash.
No.
No, how long was your
One day.
No, wait.
One day.
No, because we know pot wash is a myth.
I was on pot wash for about a month, actually.
Okay, cool.
That's not bad though.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes it can be 3 months and that.
Bro, until they get a new member of staff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's got clear security.
Well,
I was
it's
gonna
not
say,
bad.
were you in Brixton for the remainder?
So I was in Brixton I did 2 stints in Brixton.
Okay.
So
This is from first stint. What you're talking about
yeah,
now.
so this is first stint.
Yeah.
So this is fresh, everything's vibrant. I'm working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
We got late night service on a Tuesday and Thursday. We're out of ourselves till 8:30 at night. What?
Oh, because you work at the Clink.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Clink privilege.
Clink
Okay.
privilege. So you're coming back onto the wing at 8:30, 8:45. You get 15 minutes to 20 minutes to shower. You're not banging up till like 9-ish, 9:15.
Nice.
Depending on the gov. Like, and then it's chilled. You're tired. Then bush onto the next one. And I'm smashing out doubles. So a lot of people go back on free flow and stuff. I'm just staying in the kitchen and
Having your lunch there and whatnot. Yeah.
everything.
Why not?
Everything. And I said to him, cool, I want to get a lot better on pastry. So then, he gave me free reign on pastry. So I was creating my own ice creams and doing a lot. So it was literally like,
You're back in the restaurant, basically.
yeah, it was a good work experience.
So what did you cook then? What was your kind of
So
meals
so
that you
cool.
would
So before COVID,
Yeah.
I was on the pastry section.
Okay.
Once COVID hit, of course, you can't have inside people coming in to eat anymore. So now it's gone from, we've got a full brigade of chefs, whatnot. They've been trimmed down and there's now 5 of us.
From what was it before?
I think 12,
Okay.
5 to 12. And now we're doing food for all the govs.
Okay.
But I'm doing lunchtime specials every day. So I'm doing a different meal every single day. Of course, you got your normal stuff like your salads, omelets, burgers, stuff like that. But I'm doing chicken teriyaki, I'm doing jerk chicken, I'm doing salmon. But every day the menu's changing and they're giving me free reign on it. And then my pals, now they're all learning because we're in a proper service now. You know what I mean? So I've got someone on the sandwich section.
So you're taking. So is this from your experience of being in kitchens?
Yeah.
You're bringing it in there.
Yeah.
Sick.
And so I was basically the head chef, which made things a lot more easier because I'm doing the ordering. I'm organising the week of how much we need to get stuff and
Are you picking dishes?
Yeah, everything.
This is wicked.
So you're ordering all the orders that's coming in,
all the ingredients,
the food,
everything.
yeah.
I just got to give it to him. And then, so for example, on a Thursday, I'd go to him and say, cool, I want this menu for next week. And then we'll look at it logistically. How much have we got to spend?
That's a high level of trust.
Yeah.
Especially in the prison. That's a high level of trust.
100, but he knew I took care and presentation in it. Like, I was running it like they were paying me. But it's just because I had a passion for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
So then what was your plan then for leaving prison then? Like, what was the...
I always knew I was going to go into social media cooking. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, I didn't know. Well, all I know is that I can cook and this has to work. And from my first video, so when I came out, so I got released in the ending of August.
How many, 2.5 years later?
Yeah.
Okay.
So end of August. Then I went straight back to work after 3 weeks, and I just started working, just grafting straight. Because it's just
Doing what?
Cooking.
Okay.
So I applied for an agency.
Straight back into the kitchen.
Yeah, straight. But agency work. Then
sometimes that's a good route, agency work, by the way. It's a good route back
100%,
into employment.
100%. And especially because you meet people that will actually, if you're good, they'll pick up on it and they'll say, okay, cool, why don't you stay on with us? So that's what always happened. I would get chosen by someone, they'll see that I'm talented and they'll say, cool, you want to stay on for 6 months? So yeah, so I was doing my first role from coming back from prison, which was good. It was fun. I'm back working, living my life, I'm earning money again. Then one of my friends, so it was always me and him that were talking about the food stuff, like doing our YouTube channel from years ago. So when I've come out now, he's been like, oh, you know, I've got all the recording stuff. If you'd be on it. And I said, bro, let's go. So I was driving down to Luton every single weekend to record content with him.
That's dope.
He's not a videographer or nothing, but he just wanted to help me on the journey. So we started recording the stuff. He started editing it, but of course he's got his own life. So I was very much on the thing of, I want this done now.
Yeah.
So that's why I found my social media manager.
Okay. Big all right in the studio.
Yeah. And from the first video, like I had created this between us without even putting out the first video. I just knew that this was going to work. So we put out our first video on April.
When did you get out?
I got out in the ending of August.
End of August. Cool. So the next April, first vid's out.
That was the first video.
Okay.
First video came out and it just boomed.
Wow.
It just boomed. Like my first video, and I had 156k views, and we put it on TikTok. And it's just been like, okay, cool. This works. So the next video, slap that out. Next video, slap that out.
The name works as well.
Natty can cook.
Yeah.
Natty can cook. It's a Caribbean thing, isn't it?
You get
How often were you posting?
Was posting every 3 days.
Okay.
So consistently, like it was, yeah. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, consistently, and it really got things going really, really quick. So the next big thing after that was, so we done first video in April. I did my first sit down, £100 a ticket, 6 course tasting menu.
Wow.
In August, and that was the day. That was 365 days later after coming out of jail. Yeah, but I had to be that because it's just like I'm trying to show people that in a year, look what you can achieve.
Yeah,
and that's what made things go even more viral because it's just like raw, like what's going on? Like this guy's actually doing stuff, and that done really, really well. So that was 80 people. That was a sold out event. That's 2 different sittings.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Someone's doing the maths right now. 80 people, 100.
I'm thinking, yeah, money.
No, but
that's it definitely
stuff.
was. And at the time, it was a big financial loss because planning things. So we had 2 weeks to plan the event, drinks, this, that. I'd never done stuff like this before.
Learning experience, though.
Learning experience. I threw away 300 soft shell crabs. Because once they were defrosted, you couldn't use it. I overbought. I went mad. But it was a learning experience.
Never make that mistake again.
No, bro.
They sound expensive.
What? Soft shell crab?
Yeah.
Big time expensive.
Soft shell crabs.
And it was a lot of stuff that I threw up, tons of stuff. But it was just more for the content. And it was worth it because the feedback that I got off of it was really, 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 really positive. And then, they just continued to just snowball and snowball and snowball.
Why do you think people responded so well to all of this content and everything you're putting out on social media?
I don't know. Maybe just because they saw that the transition, and especially the gel community. I was talking with my man earlier and saying that like the gel community back me so much. Like they push the content. They're like, I see them reposting it, doing this, bro, send me this, let me come support you. And I just feel like just because of people know how hard it is to come out and try to change your life, that's the hardest step of trying to take that step of saying, do you know what, I'm going to leave all this other stuff behind and try to go lidge. Yeah. That's the hard step. And I feel like people appreciate that I've put my all into this and they feel like, cool, this guy. And I was very transparent about my story. I wasn't on a hiding thing. From the beginning, I was like, you know what, cool, I'm going to put this out and say, this is me. I've done that, but I'm trying to change to better myself and better everyone around me and show to other people that it might be difficult, but you can do it.
People love a redemption story. Sorry to,
you know what I mean?
That's a redemption story. People love to like get involved and see how it pans
the underdog,
out.
Like someone coming back, like
course.
trying to change and trying to pattern up. And it's just like, if I can help other people who also find it difficult and show them that, bro, you know what you're doing is you're not going to gain nothing from this. If you try to change it, go into something where it's got a lot of longevity and something that you can actually benefit you and your family's life in the long run, just take the risk and try to go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do love that. And it's really lovely to hear how much support you did get on that journey. And your content must have been good. And your food must have been good as well.
Yeah. That helped it a lot because you're not really finding...
I'm good.
No. But you're not really finding anyone from our demographic doing refined Caribbean food over... And I started off using hard drill beats. Like I was doing... That's how I started off doing it. Like it was all drill. And it was just like... It's a mad contrast because I'm doing dishes that have got 15 different elements and it all looks fancy. But you're listening to my man from over there.
Talking about 4-door whips.
It gets me, crashing it. And you know what I mean? So that was the contrast. And I feel like that really, people were like, like,
this is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It had like a niche. Interested in it.
In the beginning, it was very much the niche and it was just like, cool. But you want to see what's going on.
Did you have any thoughts now that, you know, you're out of prison, you're doing your thing, you're making this work? Did you have any thoughts at all to go back and sell drugs?
No, never.
Love that.
No, never, man. Never. I knew that.
This is what you were on now.
I knew that was done. The last thing in DCAT, I said, you know what? When I come out of here, I'm not on nothing. And it doesn't matter how bad it gets. God's got me on this journey. I've worked hard. And if I go to the gym every day, I'm going to get wham. So if I work every day and graft.
And eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
There's elements to this.
No. But you get what I'm saying? If I apply myself every day to this, it might take 10 years, it might take 20 years, but I'm definitely going to achieve what I want from life eventually.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. People want short term. It's just like, I want to get it now. But it's just like, you grafting for it, you're going to gain that experience you're going to have. You're going to cherish it a lot more because you've actually genuinely worked a lot harder to get the product.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean?
So what other steps did you have to take other than posting on social media and, you know, having this in your mind? What else did you have to do to make this so successful?
I've been like on a few courses and stuff.
Cool.
But that's because I just wanted to be equipped for when I am doing bigger things.
Yeah.
But everything else I just learned on the job, really. Like
just staying consistent.
Yeah, just staying consistent and just trying different things. See if this works, if this doesn't work, and just a lot of things don't work. Like a lot of things don't work.
But that's okay.
But yeah, literally, bro. Like the amount of things I've tried and I said, oh, cool, let's try that. I will try that for one episode. No, next. I'm gonna try this. Oh, that doesn't work either. And then things won't work for time. And then finally, bosh, something happens and it's just like, okay, cool. We can see that we can try to angle it off that way and see if it continues to slap off.
Yeah, no, because we mentioned this when we were talking about business, and starting your own business when you leave prison or going into a specific career. And we're saying sometimes, and you mentioned this, when you start it, the pay's not the greatest. It's not the best. It might not work. But if you've got a passion for it and you put that in there, you're going to reap the rewards later on.
100%.
But it's just that process is really challenging, and you
It's
have
like
to
growing
stick
your
with it.
hair, bro.
Yeah, you got.
It's like growing your hair, you know, like, so when you get these little bits there and it's like raw, it's like the biff row.
The biff.
And you're thinking, yeah, cool, it's nearly there. But it's like it's that growing process.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
literally.
definitely. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that because it resonated with, like, we were talking about business, so just that was to your point. But talk to me about your residency at the Greyhound Pub in Peckham, because this was a big thing. I saw it on socials and talk to me.
So I've been at the Greyhound now it's coming up be 6 months on the 24th of February.
Okay, I thought it was just kind of recent, but this is a little while now.
Yeah, so it's been so we actually went live on Carnival weekend. It's definitely been something I needed to. Obviously, I always knew I could run a kitchen, but running a full scale production where you're managing a lot of staff, ordering X, Y, and Z, and it's all me. It's not like someone's come in and obviously I had an investor initially, but after that, it's like, it's not like someone's coming and being like, oh, it's 500 grand and you pattern it. No. This is from my pocket. So it's just like, things need to be done accordingly. And yeah, it's just been a major eye opener of what I want to do and how just running a big scale production works. And it's just like, now, how can we continue to grow this to make this better? And how can we continue to influence Caribbean food to continue leveling up? Because fun fact of the day, there's no Michelin star Caribbean restaurants.
That is crazy.
And there's only 27% of people in Britain have eaten Caribbean food. It's the least eaten cuisine in the whole of England.
That's
interesting. Why is that?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think because it's so, the demographic for it is in South, innit? Like South England.
South of England, okay.
South of England. I can't really imagine.
No, you got a big population in the Midlands. Big, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but in terms of all the cuisines,
yeah, cool.
we're the least eaten. Like,
that is really surprising, considering
It's quite interesting.
the Caribbean influence in UK
it's crazy.
from, let's say, even Windrush times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's mad.
So what was the original question again?
Yeah, so we'll talk about, obviously, you're talking about the Greyhound Pub and the eye opener and whatnot.
Which was your own thing, right?
Yes.
For people that haven't seen what it was.
So the Greyhound's been my residency. So we've been doing fine dining Caribbean food there, and it's done really, really well. Like, we've had all the big food bloggers come in. I'm currently doing a thing called the Lux Challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a madness.
That's a big platter. Talk to us. What is that?
So on that platter, you get 2 lobster tails, 2 lamb chops, ribeye, jerk chicken, turkey wing, pork belly, rice and peas, chimichurri roast potatoes, tempura broccoli, plantain, roasted veg, mac and cheese balls.
That's crazy.
I'm hungry.
And what's the challenge then?
So the actual challenge is if you can complete that in 20 minutes.
Oh, whoa.
No, but it's a 2 people challenge.
Okay.
I even let you come with 2 people.
Okay, 2. Yeah.
If you can complete that in 20 minutes, you can have it for free.
How much does it cost?
125.
Okay, good. That's a good challenge. It's decent.
Yeah. So, and
have you had many people take it up?
No one's completing it. No, if someone does,
yeah, of course, but no one's completed it.
No one's completed it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of grab though.
Yeah.
So on the first video, I tried to do it 1 up. I was thinking, like, you know what, I can have enough food, bro. It's the carbs.
Okay.
It's the carbs. It's so.
How many times you got to make that though? How many challenges?
So because it's on the menu, we've got all the stuff in house. So right now we've done maybe 5.
Okay.
5 challenges.
Okay.
And no one's come close.
Okay.
No one's really come close.
Really?
Yeah. No. As I said, they'll go through all the proteins. It's the carbs. The Yorkies. The rice. You got a big bowl of rice. You got big spuds. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah. How big are these bowls?
Enough
Enough to make you not complete the challenge.
But you know what is? I'm shook for when actually one of these proper food, like Man versus Food.
Yeah, them one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've had a couple of them hit me up, and it's just like,
and then it'll go viral.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's dope. So then, what are the big plans for the future then? What are your bigger?
So the big plans are I'm leaving the Greyhound on the 30th of March.
Okay.
It was a mutual decision from both parties. It's been a great experience, but it's just doing fine dining Caribbean food in a pub that wants to be like a raving pub,
Okay.
it's just a clash.
Yeah.
There's no cohesion between them. It's just like, imagine how you feel if you come out and you spend £150 with you and your missus, and then you got Timothy coming upstairs, sweating off, buzzing, talking about he wants to go in the smoking area.
I hear you.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a culture clash.
It just doesn't work, and it's just like, and it hasn't worked. Of course, it's worked from my business standpoint and me getting myself out there, and obviously it's helped the Greyhounds get a lot more traction to them. But it's just like the two parties together, it just didn't work. So
Fair business, man. It happens.
and I can only be thankful to obviously to Clem also for helping me. But yeah, it's time to take the dive and move on and see where it goes.
So what's the plan then? What's the plan?
So ideally,
Okay, whatever you can say, whatever you can say.
So
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
so I just obviously collected an award from Condé Nast.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
and
big
that
up
is
yourself, man.
and that is like, so I won Chef to Look Out for 2025, like
Okay.
UK wide.
That's sick.
Dope.
Yeah. So, and obviously there was some serious chefs in that category, and there's some serious chefs even on the panel, like serious Michelin star chefs. So this is really going to put me on the map as not just a social media chef. I hate that saying as well. Social media chef. Like, nah, I'm a real life whippers.
Because
Like,
I've been putting in the work.
because
bruv.
like I'm real. So, and now I'm happy that I'm finally starting to get the accolades or the notability to people to notice me and say, cool, this guy's a serious chef. It's not just cooking online. So
Book idea, real life whippers, bruv.
real life whippers. That's
a
even
sick book.
That's even.
I'll buy that book, bro.
You get your 10%. Don't
What?
worry, mate.
Say that. Serious though, real life whippers. Yeah,
Real
sorry,
life whippers,
you just
yeah.
said that. I was like, that's a book.
Yeah, real life
Yeah.
whippers.
Mm.
Natty can cook presents. Real life whippers. That's even.
Trust me.
That's even. Yeah. Bro,
Trust me.
there's tons of things that keep a stem off of that.
What? You could
know?
bring in, man, them,
Yeah,
yo, competition,
yeah,
real life whippers.
100%,
Come on.
bro.
Let me host it.
Yeah, bro. You get it? And plus the 10% and the hosting.
Come
You
on,
know?
John, come on.
So-
This is brilliant.
So, so off the back of that, I'm just gonna see what opportunities pop up. I'm obviously gonna have Uber Eats running in the background because obviously that's consistent money going on. But in terms of now, I just didn't want to. I've had a couple opportunities for places, but it's got to fit right for what I want from the brand, the area, the kitchen.
What's the dream then?
So the dream, ideally, eventually, once I've established, obviously, and I get multiple kitchens, I want to become a direct feeder to prisons and take on the man them that actually want to learn and get involved in kitchens
And the glad them.
and the gal them. But yeah, take on these people that really actually want to learn for themselves. And it's not even a thing of like, I'm just coming and doing it for 5 minutes. It's like, if you don't have the drive, this isn't going to be easy.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. It's not going to be easy. But if you genuinely want to change your life, I'm more than happy to assist you, to help you so you can learn the trade, you can learn a different culture, you can learn about different foods and just different experiences altogether. Do you understand? So that's one. And the other thing is obviously like trying to go into more like media stuff. Like Gordon Ramsay's getting old. There needs to
be someone else. Geno's and them man there. Jamie's and that.
Yeah, I'm just viewing it as, but
New God.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh my God, dream
Yeah.
big.
Why not?
Dream whatever.
See you on a this morning.
It's not even that big already. You're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You
to
did
get to
it.
Ramsay's level with the that's
Yeah, of course.
Listen, you can get there though.
but that's obviously the dream eventually, to get a lot of like noticed in America and try to branch it out and just try to elevate Caribbean and trying to get a Michelin star. Of course, that's always been one of the main things on the list, to try to get a Michelin star, because as I said,
To be the first.
to be the first.
Caribbean food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even if, for example, I don't get it, but I've helped other people to believe in, bro, we can change the trajectory
Yeah.
of what Caribbean food. It doesn't need to just be, we not have that, or just slop of rice. It's just like,
When I have that.
we could have a space where we can push nice food and we can have dress up nice, and do you know what I mean? It's just like, we
You
deserve
can have a
place
fine dining experience for Caribbean food. Yeah.
we deserve a place up in Mayfair or somewhere where there's nice entertainment. It's people want to come and celebrate. It's very Instagrammable, and it's just like, that's a niche, but it's just like, how can we get it from where it is now and get it there?
You can get there, bro. I can.
I
see
feel like it
man.
already looks like it already looks like that on social media.
Oh, thank you. But-
Check it out. Where can they check you out?
Oh, they can check me out at Natty Can Cook.
Correct.
On Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat. I don't
Come
know if
on.
people use Snapchat
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But yeah.
So before we end, I know you just mentioned it again, but you mentioned it a little bit. But I want to ask you directly. Then, yeah, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be someone who helped people believe and achieve that they could change their life after coming out of jail. I want it to just more be a thing of like, we saw this guy and he's helped me to try to pattern up and go in a trajectory that I never thought I had and show people that it is achievable. I feel like a lot of people, once leaving prison, they don't want it. They don't have that passion to really want to change because they talk about it. Oh, I want to, but quick money is easier than grafting. You know what I mean? And there's days when you're gonna feel down, you're gonna feel flat, you're gonna feel like, oh, is it worth it? But once you prevail, you get that inside that passion. It's just like, yeah, I've done this for myself. I've done this for me. You know what I mean? So if I'm able to help people along that journey and realize that, cool, you know what? It might not be easy, but it's achievable. If I can help people along doing that, then yeah, we're good, man.
Chef's kiss.
Literally.
Good one.
Come on.
All the punchlines today, innit?
Come on, man. Yeah, come on. Award-winning chef, award-winning presenters.
You get me?
Come on.
You know what I'm
Check us
saying?
out, man.
Come on, award-winning
Check us
pod.
out.
And we're going to name an organisation that may be able to help you when you're released from prison. This is called Social Pantry. They're a catering company with a mission to employ and train prison leavers in cooking.
Yeah, big up Social Pantry and Alex and all the team. Good people still. So, if you're interested in this episode, obviously we're talking to Natty, a chef, and about food and cooking. You should check out Secret Life of Prisons, especially the episode where they talk about food in women's prisons, where they speak to Libby, who learned to cook in Style Prison and is now head chef at an award-winning restaurant in Liverpool. And they also
Bigger
speak
up,
to
man.
Innit, bigger
Bigger
up
up,
10
man.
times.
Bigger up, man.
And they also speak to Dr. Erin Power, who wrote a book about the role that food plays in women's prisons. So great episode. Check that out if that interests you. So Natty, hear what?
Go on, boy.
Before you came on, we asked people on social media if they had any questions for you,
Yeah.
So we got some quick fire questions
Yeah, let's
for
go.
you.
Let's go.
Have you got a couple for him as well, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You go hit him up, Jules.
Okay, so
Quick answer.
Yeah, quick ones.
okay, when is he applying for MasterChef Professionals?
I want to go on Great British Menu.
Okay.
I want to go on Great British Menu because MasterChef is good, but I want to compete against the best chefs in England. I'm not saying I would necessarily win it, but I definitely feel like I can hold my own against.
I love that.
Especially pushing the Caribbean food.
I love that.
I feel like it needs a lot more attention on it.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Cool.
Cool. Are you willing to teach others how to cook or give people the opportunity to cook beside you in your kitchen?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, it's just like, you got to give back. You know what I mean? It's just like, so I currently got an autistic guy with me. He comes in with me once a week and I just train him because he wants to learn a lot more about food and stuff. So, and I've just taken him under my wing and it's just
dope.
like, you know what I mean? Just spending a couple hours with this guy and he leaves happy every week. And it's just like, yeah, man, it's good. Like, give him back.
Dope.
Why did you get rid of the cheesy beef croquettes, mate?
No way they asked me that. Yo. The cheesy beef croquettes.
Yeah.
The amount of times I get asked that, it's crazy. Do you know what? We've actually got a special on at the pub right now with him on.
Yeah?
Okay.
So
You're
get
listening.
yourself done.
Yeah, you gotta
Get
make
down
it.
No, you know, when this is gonna,
Party done.
yeah,
Party done.
Sorry, man.
But and the next space,
place.
we will
All right.
definitely have him back.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, that's me. Have you got any more?
No?
Okay,
I said
cool.
the
Well
cheesy
done.
beef croquettes. I can't believe that.
That's jokes. That's jokes. But I appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you
Thank
for
you for
taking
having
time.
me, man. Thank you for guys having me, man.
Yeah, this has been dope. Good conversation,
Yeah,
innit?
thank you very much.
Thanks, Jules. You smashed it today.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
It
You know what I'm
was a banging
saying?
little chat, man.
In it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please continue to get in touch with us. You can do this by DMing us on Twitter and Instagram at After Prison Pod, and on TikTok it's at Life After Prison Pod. If you want to email us, that's podcast@prison.radio. And if you're listening on NPR, you can get in touch via the usual method. So yeah, please do shout us. If you've got any more questions, any more chat about food, drop some comments. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.